Hey everyone, it's me, Miss Mo, from Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen. And today I have to figure out how far to put the camera back on my phone so that I can show you my food. So today we have some honeycrisp apples, some snap peas, and some roasted pepper hummus, and star of the show, Mujadara. If you have never had this, it is so good. It's basically lentils with caramelized onions and rice. It's a Mediterranean dish. And I learned to make it quite a few years ago. We have a restaurant here close to us called Delina, and they make it. And we absolutely fell in love with it. So I decided to make it to share with you today. So I'll share my recipe with you, and then that way I can chat with you while I'm eating. So how you start is you caramelize a ton of onions. Like I did 10 onions for a big pot today. Today I'm drinking homemade limeade. I can tell you that quickly too, I guess. So I juiced 6 limes and about half a cup of cane sugar, and then just cold water and stir it up. So good. So you slice your onions really thin. Oh, sorry. And then I put them in the fridge just because I was getting everything else ready. You wash your rice and you wash your lentils. And then you put your onions in your pan on medium heat and fry them. Honest to goodness, this took like 40 minutes, I want to say. It was crazy. Because there was so many. And you cook them. I used a little bit of vegan margarine. But you can cook them in oil. Or if you're oil free, you can do it with water. Until they're really brown. And then you take them out and put them aside. Next, you cook your lentils. So for the lentils, I used about 2 cups, and then about, I want to say 5 cups of water. And you don't put anything with them. Literally just cook them down. You can put a bay leaf in with them. And you cook them on medium heat for about 15 minutes. Not until they're soft, because you're going to cook them again. So you just want them a little bit chewy, I guess you can say. And then you take those out, you strain them, but you keep the water. So good. Now the third part is you take a new set of like a little bit of onion, some garlic, and cumin. I used about 2 tablespoons of cumin, and you fry it up. And you want to toast your cumin. It just makes it taste so much nicer. And then you pour in your rice, and you cover it with the lentil water. And then you add in more water if you think you need it. Then you toss in the lentils that were cooked, and you put back in your onions. I'm making a mess. Then you put the lid on it, cook it for about 15 minutes, maybe even just 12 minutes. You don't want it too mushy. On medium low to low. Depends on your stove, right? We live in an ancient building. Like, seriously, ancient. Our stove is messed up. We have 2 working burners. That's fun. That happened last Christmas. Yeah, while I was cooking my Christmas dinner. For, I don't know, I think there was 8 of us here. My stove just decided that it was going to stop working. That was fun. So I cooked. I think I got about half of it done on the 4 burners, and then 2 of them died, and then I had to cook the rest on 2 burners. We ate quite late. Anyway, it was good. And then do not touch the rice while it's cooking. Super important. Set a timer even if you have to, so that you don't want to peak. And then when your 15 minutes is up, or 12 minutes, I find basmati rice. Oh, sorry, I don't think I said that. I use basmati rice. It has a really nice nutty flavor, and even if when you put it in the pan at the beginning to cook it, if you roast your rice or toast your rice, I guess, it's so good. Like, it makes a huge difference in how it tastes. And then when the 15 minutes is up, you can check it, turn the heat off, stir it a little bit, make sure it's not burnt on the bottom, I guess, and then put the lid on and leave it sit for at least 5 minutes. And you will be blessed with a beautiful dish. So last night I made it with steamed broccoli, and like fried tofu, but it was like, because the spices that were in this, so cumin. There is salt and pepper in it too. I don't use a lot of salt. And pretty much anything I make, I'm not a fan of salty things unless it's like French fries. But my husband loves salt, so he just adds it to his plate. It's really good. And honestly, I made enough for like many meals. And when you think of how cheap it is, it's a really good meal, good protein, good flavor, and cheap. So, yeah. I want to thank everybody who watched my other video. I'm so excited to do that. I've been wanting to do mukbangs forever, but I'm just so shy when it comes to filming myself. Once I get used to it, I'll be fine, because I used to film before. I don't know if any of you are here from way back in the day. But it was a lot of fun. We did different things then. We did crochet, like a day in the life of, all different kinds of things. It was just a lot of fun. Some cooking videos. Which I definitely want to do again. But obviously I have to wait until we get a better stove. They are going to get us a new one if they don't fix this one. So, oh, I had some people asking me why I went gluten-free. So, my son Axel, about, oh gosh, he's 21 now. So about, I want to say 6 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago, he started to get really sick. And no doctors could figure out what was going on. Symptoms were very odd. Where if he ate something within minutes, he would be sick. So they thought that maybe it was an allergy at first. So they tested him for all kinds of things. Nothing. But it got to the point where it was really bad. He had lost an immense amount of weight. And was truly sickly. And it was scary. Very scary. My mom was going through cancer treatments at the time. And honestly, I was scared that he had cancer. So this was about 18 months in total of tests, samples, sorry if it's scraping. Blood work. You name it, they did it. Poor kid. And nothing was working. They were trying to figure out if there was a medicine that could help, but we weren't sure what the cause of it was, so that wasn't really helping anything. And his blood work was showing everything was normal. But yep, he was at home, constantly barfing, losing the weight like crazy, obviously, from the barfing. Dizzy spells, headaches, aches and pains, fainting, zero energy, very lethargic, tired, but like fatigued and unable to function at times. And that continued and continued for, yeah, a good 18 months. It was so awful. So I was desperate. When the test came back that he was not showing anything yet again wrong, I said to the doctor, but he's at home and he's very not okay. So I need to figure out what's going on. So I came home and literally stayed up all night that night, researching everything, all of his symptoms. It boiled down to Crohn's, colitis, or celiac. So, me being me, the whole time that he was sick, I was trying to make him feel better. So I was making homemade bread, or we were going out and getting freshly made naan, or simple things that were what we thought was helping him. Needless to say, it was killing him. So I spoke to the doctor, and I said, I think this is what it is. And she said, oh my gosh, that makes sense. Because they don't test for celiac with general blood work or samples or anything. It has to go to a special lab, and you have to pay for it. So we decided to just take him off of everything related to wheat. So wheat, rye, barley, oats, triticale, which you very rarely find in Canada. It's in a lot of UK products. And things instantly started to get better. It was amazing. Within 3 days of after feeling sick for 18 months, he started to feel better. So that's the very long version of how I ended up finding out that I'm not okay with eating all of those things as well. About 2 years later, he's well on his way now. You wouldn't even know that he was ever sick because he's very careful. He is also allergic to corn. Maybe I'll have to explain that one in another story, though. I'm not sure how long I can record, actually, because I'm new. So I started getting all the same symptoms. I didn't let it go as bad, thank gosh. But I just decided, well, I might as well give up gluten and see what happens. And magically, it helped. So I've been gluten-free now for almost 2 years. And if you accidentally consume it, you really know. Like, instantly, pretty much. Okay. I'm almost at the 15-minute mark. I'm nervous it's going to knock off. I'm almost finished this. I finished my Mujadara. So I better say, see you next time. Keep smiling. Love you. Bye.